Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good. What is it? Is this morning? Yeah, good morning and happy Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday. What's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you guys are having an absolutely outstanding day today. Man, we're going to talk the bigger picture in the digital asset space. We're going to talk the big picture today. We'll go over the market a little bit. Certainly, we're going to talk about a little bit of some stuff from Raoul Pal that I think is significant given his background. So we're going to talk about that as well. Really, really excited to just kind of share that narrative of the bigger picture. I mean, BBVA is in the news, and that is cool. SBI, obviously, in the news. That is also very, very cool. Without question, that stuff is exciting. We'll talk about that, but I really wanted to share something that I came across with Raoul Pal, explaining the bigger picture with BTC. And then to me, you know, that when you say BTC, you talk XRP because they eventually all go there. I watched an interesting video today with BK talking about the 589 theory from Shane Ellis, right? The $500 per XRP theory. We've always been a fan of that theory because it just has not yet been something to say, yeah, it's not a possible scenario. So we shall see what happens in 6 to 8 weeks. What's that announcement going to be? But yeah, really, really excited to talk about that. SBI, that dude, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao, for me, it feels like he will not let XRP lose, right? Another partnership, actually with SIX, that big major player that everyone's talking about this last couple of days. Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao will not let XRP fail. We're going to get into that. So let's do this and let's talk a little bit about that. So here we go. I love that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, yeah, so it's great to see you guys this morning. Hope you guys had a good night. Crazy night in football last night. The Pittsburgh Steelers are no longer undefeated. That's heavy. That is heavy by the locals. The locals upended the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. Washington Redskins. Wow, that is crazy. TJ Jackson, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Triple Moon is here. What's going on, bro? Willie Washington is in the building. Good morning. Jay Korn is here. How you doing, bro? Crypto Patient. Good to see you this morning. Wubby says, finally made it. Finally made it early. What's up, bro? What's good? Good to see you, Wubby. Matthew Perez is here as always. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so we're going to talk the bigger market. You guys see that video from BK earlier today about the Shane Ellis, revisiting that Shane Ellis story is an interesting thing to see. And I got to tell you, after listening to Mickey B. Fresh as well, yeah, it's really interesting. It feels like it's the possibility. It feels like the ecosystem, between market makers and market takers and Ripple certified, if you will, exchanges. Like it really feels like it's a possibility. Newell Jordan says, waiting on these millions. I hear that, bro. I hear that, my friend. Waiting on these millions is right. I'm still to this day, the more and more I listen to BC Backer, and I am really, really intrigued at the possibilities of what can happen with 2 alt seasons versus 1 alt season. I got to tell you, really, really excited and intrigued by that. We shall soon find out which one we're going to get. But boy, guys, did you see and catch the big picture from Raoul Pal about this market? I'm going to share that with you guys. That is absolutely some outstanding stuff. But first, let's go over the numbers. Let's check out the numbers together to see what's going on. Over here, you know, as we say, the market is as the market does what the market does, right? Bitcoin, look, it's below 19,000, so it's down 1.77% in the last 24 hours. It's down to $18,882. Ethereum is down as well. Okay. Blockfolio's got to be down a little bit, right? $575 for Ethereum. XRP is at 5. What the heck? Look at that 589 right now, guys. It's 0.589, but there it is. I'm going to take a picture of that so I could say that that was the deal. Interesting. Litecoin's at $79. Bitcoin Cash is $270. Chainlink's $12.56. Cardano is under 15 cents, 14.7. Polkadot's at $4.84. Binance Coin, $28. Wow. And Stellar Lumens is at nearly 16 cents. Interesting stuff. Yeah, you ever notice when the market is kind of in a sideways move? Yeah, so, you know, it's good to see that during this quote unquote bull run, the market still kind of goes sideways. If BTC goes up, it only goes up a certain percentage. If the alts go up, it only goes a certain percentage. They can't see anything, which is really, really interesting. Yeah. So, and I hope guys understand and kind of recognize that when you're talking about that move that we're talking about for BC Backer. But anyway, the Bitcoin dominance is 62.3%. Market cap is 562 billion, 709 million. So it's important to kind of pay attention to the Bitcoin dominance there. So the last 30 days, 62.30% on the Bitcoin dominance. Some interesting news today. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for sharing. SBI has hooked up with a joint venture with SIX. That's cool to see. Crypto Patient, that's a great point, my friend. Crypto Patient, that's a great point. I was expecting more action leading up to the snapshot. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. It feels like it's going to be like the 10th was what it feels like for me. That's what it feels like for me, the 10th, right? And so we got 2 more days. We got the 8th, we got the 9th, but I feel like on the 10th is when I would look for something to happen there, Crypto Patient. But yeah, this airdrop has been quite the buzz. It's been quite the buzz for sure. Wubby says, what's your opinion on this flare drop? I like the way you put that. For XRP, heard they are going to be halting trading for the snapshot on a couple of exchanges. On a couple of exchanges, they're doing that. Coinbase and a platform called Cumberland DRW LLC, which caters to high net worth individuals and institutions. They're going to be doing that. So Coinbase and that particular company. Halt trading for the snapshot. And with all these huge crypto brokers hopping on board, I think this could be bigger than we see. We'll still see, right? We shall see how it goes. Definitely see how that goes. Are you guys all participating in it? What's going on, RMD P360 Media? Good to see you. Sup, C. What's up with you, bro? So we shall see how that goes. Yeah, the biggest support of an airdrop, right? Right, the biggest support of an airdrop in the digital asset space history. Over 50 exchanges. Over 50. RMD P360 says he's in with his Ledger X. I hear you, my friend. Yeah, that's like one of those $64 trillion questions, Hank. Siege, I'm a little curious why all exchanges are participating. What's the motivation? That's what we were trying to figure out. Last night, we had the one and only Jungle Inc. on the channel. Last night, he checked in, and That was the question they were asking, Hank, was what is the magnitude? Where does the magnitude lie in this airdrop that would allow 50 plus exchanges to participate in this airdrop? And I don't even think they got Celsius on there, to be honest with you. Is Celsius on here? Celsius is not even on here, right? And Celsius is supporting the airdrop. So there are places on here that they're not even, it's not even listed. Right? What is it? Ripple, they invested in Flare Networks, yes. So we were talking about that, Hank, and we were saying, like, is it the Flare Network? Is it XRP? Is it the XRP Out Ledger? Is it the XRP community? What constitutes such a massive interest, right, to support this startup company, essentially, and its airdrop? Airdrops happen all the time. All the time. You know what I mean? Oh, he says, Devon C says Celsius is coming up under tech as the tech company, not exchange. Gotcha. Thank you, Devon Steve. I appreciate that. Right. So what is the, I don't know, but I'm glad to see that it's happening, and I'm glad to see that more and more people are coming around to support it and realize that it's important to participate in the airdrop for the support. Again, listen, if you don't feel comfortable, certainly don't want to do it, right? You want to feel comfortable and safe. But I'm seeing more and more of the content creators come out and say that they're actually going to participate in it, which I think is smart in so many ways. But that is the question, Hank. What are the exchanges making? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Initially, I was thinking the XRP community is so big, they don't want them leaving off their platform to go to another platform that's supporting it, right? They don't want that. So that's what I thought initially. Hi from South Africa. It's time for the XRP family to get a break. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Well, I appreciate you checking in. Look at that, guys. All the way from South Africa. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let me do this too. Absolutely love that. And appreciate you being here, Daniel. All the way from South Africa. What time is it in South Africa now, Daniel? XRP number one says, look, Flare has to be bigger than we think. No other reason. Yeah, I remember. Originally Alex from Celsius was like, yeah, airdrops are airdrops, and yeah, and that was his initial response, right? And then he's, after days or maybe a week or so passed, he started changing his tune rather, and changing his mind. Right? What is it? Right? Because he's not the biggest fan of XRP, right? He's not. He'll put it on a platform because he can generate yield for depositors, but he's not the biggest fan of XRP. So what changed his mind? What conversations were had? What was that like? Right? For him to change his mind and now fully support the airdrop. On the Celsius platform, I find again to be very, very interesting. And again, he's not a fan of XRP because he believes it helps the banks, and he hates the banks, absolutely hates them. So Carson Koch is 10 a.m. in Arizona. How about that? Hank said someone gave him a phone call. Well, he spoke with the people from Flare. They talked on the phone, right? So the people from Flare Network. So I don't know if that was Hugo himself. But yeah. And so, for Celsius, the biggest thing for them is the security concerns, right? So they want to make sure that the deposit holders or the XRP hodlers are going to be secure, the assets are going to be secure and safe. Who is Flare? What is Flare? What are they doing? What's the technology? All this kind of stuff. So, and you know, a lot of people don't understand, but you know, Alex Mashinsky is the guy who created, patented patents for voice over internet protocol. Alex Mashinsky, the guy from Celsius, the stuff that you and I are using right now to communicate, he created that. He went to war with the AT&T in the big cellular companies. He created it, right? And so he has a big time tech background, and so does his partner, a massive tech background. Is that right? I just counted 72 exchanges supporting Flare. Yeah, it's a big deal, guys. It really is. Yep, ML, that's correct. That's one of the people that I was talking about. Yeah, Cell is a better store of value than any BTC fork. I agree with you, Triple Moon. Good to see you. I agree, right? And so I did a video on that the other day. And look, it's so important to understand that it's not about the price and what's going to happen when it launches and it's going to dump. It's about the value that the Spark token brings to the XRP ecosystem. That is, and how it's going to support that. And again, yeah, are they going to get a ton of XRP hodlers supporting the platform? Of course. Of course, this is a big community. It's a massive community. Don't forget that XRP was the second digital asset created, not Ethereum. XRP was the second, right after Bitcoin, XRP. In fact, XRP, like a lot of people don't know, David Schwartz actually worked on the code, some of the code for Bitcoin, like contributing to make it better. And so does Stepan Thomas, right? These are guys at Ripple, right? XRP was created to be an improvement upon Bitcoin, right? There's 17, what's going on, Capello MG? There's 17.5 billion XRP eligible for Spark. 45 billion Spark tokens to be distributed equals 2.57 Spark per XRP. Well, I don't know how that works. Eligible, and I don't know, what do you mean by eligible? Right? Because you have to do the right, you got to make that thing available, right? Yeah, you got to make it available. That's right, RMDP 360. He was a bounty hunter, if you will, checking for bugs. Stepan Thomas actually worked on the blockchain, actually did some stuff to, to make it better. Well, I don't know. It's 1 for 1, right? But it's not distributed like that, right? So it's 1 for 1, but it's going to be distributed over 2 to 3 years, 34 months, right? So I don't know what it's going to look. It's supposed to be 1 for 1. That's what they said. So I don't know what that looks like in terms of what they may have to do. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're going to distribute it out, but it's going to take a while, and it's going to be 1 for 1. And originally, a lot of people were thinking it was going to be more than 1 for 1. Is Alex Mashinsky is his name, Carson Koch. Yeah, I would definitely just, for me, the business model is much more sounder. I watched Crypto Love interview Mashinsky about Celsius. Seems awesome. How is it different than Nexo? Well, the business model is significantly different. How they generate yield, right, is different. The net and what they pay you on your assets is significantly different. But overall, the flywheel and the business model is the most significant thing, because if you have a bad practice of generating yield, it catches up with you, right? You need a sound practice for generating yield. And Nexo didn't have it. That's why they had to change all the things that they had to change. And I think in crypto.com as well, right? TJ Jackson says no liquidation, right? Yeah, they pride themselves on having, not had any liquidations, which is huge, especially during that massive 50% collapse of Bitcoin in March. So But guys, let's get into a little bit some of the news here. BIS announced a successful testing of a CBD project, Helvetia, with SMB and SIX, or 6, right? Let me share that with you guys. It all kind of leads all up into something that I think is significant. I know you guys probably seen this already. BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, announced the successful testing of the CBDC project Helvetia with SMB and SIX, right? The new project enables integration between tokenized digital assets and central bank money, right? The BIS and SIX, so keep that in mind. Then there's this news. That dude, SBI, teams up with Swiss Six Exchange to offer institutional services in Singapore. That dude, Mr. Yoshitaka Katao, the guy who will not let XRP fail. I'm going to go to SBI's site and share this with you as well. But Mr. Yoshitaka Katao will not let XRP fail. Auntie Val, hey, another lady in crypto. Well, welcome to the channel, Auntie Val. I appreciate you checking in. I love that. Love that. Auntie Val, this makes a great point. Certain current and ex-Ripple employees exempt whales limited to how much can be claimed, etc. Put Flare docs on their site. There you go, Auntie Val. Love that. Where are you checking in from, huh? Auntie Val, where are you checking in from? Great point. Right? So listen, guys, I said this, I was on Jerry V. Hall's channel. We were doing a live stream with him and Digital Asset News, Rob from Digital Asset News, and a lady named, oh gosh, I don't want to mispronounce her name now. But we were talking there, and I said that, look, there for me, because she asked a question, the young lady that was on there, and again, I forget her name, asked me asked us how we feel about XRP in the ledger and derivatives. And I said, look, XRP in the ledger and in everything that Ripple has can fit in any market. And what other platform has the likes of Mr. Yoshitaka Katao, Chris Larson, two guys hugely massively successful, and Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz, leading and supporting and promoting, if you will, this project that is XRP, right? And listen, and Mr. Yoshi Katao, I've always said, is the biggest fan of XRP. Biggest fan of XRP. And he keeps making moves after moves. He's tied up and partnered with, if you will, with Sygnum Bank. Sygnum Bank has been in the news, right? And now I get the news that he's partnered with this exchange, right? They got a working agreement with this SIX exchange, right? So let's go over that. SBI, let's share that. I mean, the guy just will not let it, he won't let it lose. And I just think that is massive. Notice of basic agreement on establishment of a joint venture with SIX Digital Exchange in Switzerland, providing digital asset issuance, trading, and storage functions for institutional investors based in Singapore. SBI Holdings, Fernando Lewis, a wholly owned subsidiary of SBI Holdings CO. So SBI Digital Asset Holdings Company, a subsidiary, wholly owned subsidiary of SBI Holdings, which oversees and operates digital asset related businesses, is a subsidiary of SIX Group that operates the Swiss exchange and provides digital asset trading services. Exchange, which is headquartered in Zurich, and the establishment of a joint venture company based in Singapore to provide the functions of issuing, trading, and storing digital assets for institutional investors. There it is, right there. Notice a basic agreement on the establishment of joint venture with 6 digital exchanges and exchange in Switzerland. Right, Mr. Yoshi Takakatao will not. Again, I repeat, will not let XRP fail. And how cool is that to have someone like that on our side, right? Oh man, Diesel Hound, that's terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, they get right. They look at these numbers of a percentage on the dashboard, and they don't quite understand the business model because Nexo, they're going to make money on liquidations, right? And yeah, that's terrible, bro. Oh man, that is crazy, Diesel Hound. I am sorry to hear that, bro. Nexo liquidated me in March, realized 100K loss. A lot of things were getting liquidated. I mean, all over, like several exchanges, BitMEX, several places, Nexo, the BlockFis, a lot of places were getting liquidated. Lots, but not on Celsius, not one. Sorry to hear that, bro. I mean, that breaks my heart that happened. That really does break my heart that something like that would happen. So let me see what this is here. Swiss Stock Exchange is launching an institutional digital asset gateway next year to get banks into crypto. Yeah, well, there's already a bank doing that, but they're not right currently. They're not kind of matched up with SBI and or Ripple. So it's good to hear this Swiss bank doing that because there's ties, obviously, to Mr. Yoshitaka Katao, which is great news. It was great news for the XRP ecosystem. Without question, that is great news. And the other good news, look, the BBVA bank, what is it? The second largest bank in Spain, right? Is making moves. I mean, that's great to see as well. Let me see. BBVA supports the, where is that at? Right here. BBVA completes the first real-time international money transfer between Europe and Mexico with Ripple. Let me share that for you guys so you guys can see that. Let me share that. This is at my home. So that's just the background. Carson. BBVA completes first real-time international money transfer between Europe and Mexico with Ripple. BBVA just completed the first real-life implementation of an international money transfer using Ripple's new distributed ledger technology. The transaction running on BBVA infrastructures with real money successfully completed transfers between Spain and Mexico in a matter of seconds. Powerful. And I believe this to be the second largest bank in Spain. Powerful stuff there. I mean, wow. Now, this was saying in 2017, FinTech April 21st, 2017, BBVA, there was something else in the news with them, but the second largest bank in Spain, Signum Bank. Where's my thing on Signum? I had a really good thing on the Signum Bank as well. Let me see something here. Let me stop the share. But for me, it's the corridors, right? Yeah. So that says that was from 2017. But we all know that the BBVA, you go to xrparcade.com, you can see the different banks on RippleNet. But the corridors is really the key. Mexico, having those corridors established. Signum Bank doing what they're doing in Australia, actually live, is also wonderful. Is also great as well. I like that name there, man. Yeah, so it's supposed to be 2 to 3 years for everyone, right? So 24 to 34 months for no matter where it is. So that's universal, right? So only 15% of your holdings will be distributed initially. Rasheen was in the building. What's going on, Rasheen? Be wealthy. Good to see you, bro. We were just talking about hydroxychloroquine. So, look, the Signum Bank news is outstanding. BBVA in the news. The corridors opening up. I just think SBI, it just continues to make moves. And again, absolutely the biggest fan of XRP, in my opinion, is Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao. I really do believe that. The biggest fan of XRP is that dude. Crypto Patient says, if Spark starts out cheap, I'll be a big buyer. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't know what it's going to start out. I really don't. Huge news. Yeah, I didn't realize that it dated in 2017, but in any case, Auntie Val, I thought I saw you say something. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if it's going to support the system, and I have to learn exactly how it is going to do that. I only know a little bit about what the Spark is there to do, but I do know they're going to look for you to hold it, and they're going to incentivize those who hold that Spark token versus who try to dump it. Guys, do me a favor, if you haven't smashed the like on the way in, no worries, just collapse the chat and collapse the chat and go smash the like and then come back and hang out. If you join the hangout, we always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. So I'm going to share something from Raoul Pal. If you don't know who Raoul Pal is, he's one of the co-founders of Real Vision, big time successful trader. Someone said his net worth is in the hundreds of millions of dollars, but they were in an age that's smashed. And you're welcome, hydroxychloroquine. You're welcome. Good to see you there in our age, right? And so we know that he's become a big time Bitcoin guy, right? The very, very famous interview that he did with the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, who put their company's reserve cash all into BTC, and it equaled the cash value was. He just recently did another investment, but I think it's 475 million. 475 million into BTC. He had a great conversation with Raoul Pal from Real Vision on YouTube, and I think it was an hour straight of Michael talking. And it's the first time that I really heard any interviewee do all the talking and Raoul just listening. So it was phenomenal. Next thing you know, not that it wasn't in the works already, but Real Vision went forward a little bit more, up their game. They have something now called Real Vision Crypto. But Raoul Pal is a big time believer in Bitcoin, and he's learning more about Ethereum and XRP, which I think is just great for the overall space. I'm going to share something with you guys that ties into our Generational Wealth Wednesdays that we do as well every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we talk traditional finance, where we talk how to prepare for when moon, what that's going to look like, right? How are you going to how do you prepare for, hopefully, the seven figures, hopefully the multiple seven figures, right? How do you prepare for that? Right. That's what we do every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We read great books together. And he makes a point here that I think is so important, because he gives you how to get to the wealth that he talks about. So let me find the YouTube video for you guys, and I will share that with you. Hold on one second. Do that. There we go. This is some really powerful stuff, guys. Now he's got a little bit of music playing on this. So hopefully I don't get a copyright from here. There's BC Backer. There's that BC Backer doing his thing. This is 5 minutes long, guys, but I'm telling you, it's worth every second, every minute of this.
Everything is all about the life.
So I just want you guys to, I may have to talk a little bit over this music. We'll see. Check this out. All right, let's share. The title of the video is Why Bitcoin Will Succeed and Make You Rich. Yeah, let me get you that referral code. I just found out, Crypto Patient, that they changed something up for the ambassadors. But let me give you that. Let me get you that code right now, my friend. Thanks for bringing that up. Do you need it now, or do you want me to post it? Because I just found out this morning that they changed that. So, but let me know if you still need the thing. I'm gonna play this video for everyone. Yeah, they changed it up on me and didn't let me know. Why you will succeed, and why Bitcoin will succeed, rather, and make you rich. Check this out, guys.
For me, everything is all about the lifestyle. And, that's what you live for, is your life. I don't live for my Bitcoin. The Bitcoin creates my life. My opinions are, in life, have cash flow, and then own Bitcoin. First thing is invest in yourselves. You create a business. It's a high margin business. It generates an income. It affords you the opportunities to make investments. And
did you hear that? First thing, I cash flowed first. And then I invested into Bitcoin. So he says the first thing you do is you create a business. You create a business, and it's a cash flow business. And we say on Generational Wealth Wednesdays all the time, get yourself a cash flow business. If you do it from a home perspective, which is what we do, the write-offs are in the hundreds. And you can get yourself started in a cash flow business for as little as $20. Let me play that again for you guys so you can hear his steps again. And then I'm gonna play the whole thing.
For me, everything is all about the lifestyle. And, that's what you live for, is your life. I don't live for my Bitcoin. The Bitcoin creates my life. My opinions are, in life, have cash flow, and then own Bitcoin. First thing is invest in yourselves. You create a business. It's a high margin business. It generates an income. It affords you the opportunities to make investments and have a lifestyle, right? That's all that matters. There's a reflexive loop that's going to happen. It's so obvious. Is the US has approved custody of Bitcoin for certain banks, which is a code word for prime broking for hedge funds, which means the hedge funds will see this. Most of them haven't got custody yet, but soon they will. And that means that they will come into this space because they can trade multi-asset class. So that sucks them in. And I've talked about this. The next is the ETF will get launched at some point. Somebody will get it off the ground. And then all the RIAs buy it for their customers because it's outperforming everything and they love to be cheap and chase the trade. So this is going to be the strongest trade now. So you've got the hedge funds and the RIAs. We know the family office space is already interested. And they get sucked in the more the price goes up and the narrative goes up and more people talk about it. Family offices tend to do that. endowment level are next because they can hold it as a long-term asset. So endowments can justify it earlier than pension funds can. Pension funds can't do this yet. It's quite difficult for them. So we've got this wall of money that I keep talking about that's coming. And if you throw in the public and the NASDAQ traders and the speculators and the Robin Hooders and everybody else, you've got a perfect storm. And you've got the corporate treasurers. Unfortunately, I've talked about this a few times recently, the crypto space is not very good at speaking the language of others. We tend to impose our own language. So the corporate treasurers will not buy Michael Saylor's language because it's not the language that they speak. They don't think in those terms. Yeah. Corporate treasurer may stay at Microsoft for 10 years and then leave. He doesn't think in the same. It wasn't his company. He didn't build it. So we need to talk about how it works as a diversified asset, how it works in a corporate treasury portfolio, fixed income, commercial paper, currency baskets, all of the things that they do. We need to talk that language and show them. Once you do that, Microsoft and Apple and all these other massive cash businesses will own it. Of course they will, because it's a great asset for diversification and they don't need to buy too much of it. But I kind of think I know how to value Bitcoin, which is it's a reserve asset with a call attached. On the future financial system, we talked about opting into a parallel system. Well, one's being built. So what value is that worth? Well, that's worth a lot. So I think I can get a macro valuation. I can't for Apple. I can't get $1 trillion company and figure out, is it worth 3 trillion? I just can't do that. And that's just probably because I'm stupid, but I just don't know how to do it. So I just stay away from it. And I put out a tweet thread today that I've now can't even use my Twitter. It's kind of overwhelmed with this thread showing Bitcoin versus every other major asset, including Amazon and Apple, right? They're all breaking down versus Bitcoin. Look, I've been in this game a long time.
Wow. Wow. They are all, and I'm going to play it again some more for you guys. Again, they are all breaking down as compared to Bitcoin. Apple, Tesla, freaking Amazon, they're all breaking down as compared to Bitcoin. The asset class to swallow up all the other asset class. Okay, crypto patient, here's the thing there for you, my friend. Think about that. And this is Raul Paul, a guy, like he said, is hugely successful macro trader in this space. And making the point in the argument for how this all works. That is tremendous, right? Let me put this down. So those of you interested in learning more about Celsius, and I would definitely encourage you, if you don't know anything about it, just in YouTube AMA search Alex Mashinsky, AMA with Alex Mashinsky. Watch as many videos with this guy's during AMAs. This is a guy who created the Celsius platform, but this is MSNBC, CNN, CNBC, Kitco News, Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange, just name it. All these people invite him in to talk about the macro picture in finances, gold, and digital assets, and crypto. Like he's the go-to guy, one of their go-to guys. 2B32. Carson Koch, are you talking about a link for the video? Oh yeah, Stephen, absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely working on it. I think he said the fix was going to be in this week. Yeah, I think because I don't know if you watched the last AMA, but I think either he or what's his name? Zach, right, said that they're going to be fixing that. They're aware of it and they are going to be fixing that for sure. Absolutely. Stephen, are you an ambassador, my friend, for the platform? Oh, for the video. Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely going to get that for you, Carson Koch. But just think about a guy like Raul Paul saying such a thing. Think about how powerful that is. Yeah, and see, yeah, I didn't even know that crypto patient. I just found that out because someone said something to me yesterday about that link thing, and I was like, "What? When did that change?" Because we had a special link for ambassadors, and they must have changed it. Didn't give me the word about it, but hopefully that will work for you now, brother. I need my phone, baby. I need my charger. You're welcome, my friend. Yeah, so the AMA, they mentioned it. They brought up, can you bring my charger? Never mind. I think I got it in the kitchen. Hold on one second, guys. I thought it was in the bed. Are you in the office? Huh? Okay. So yeah, so they are aware of it, Stephen, for sure. And I believe that they said the fix was in for this week to fix that locked up thing. Oh, Steven says, no, you're not an ambassador. Okay. Yeah, because I got a number of those things locked, right? Right, because I'm an ambassador. I talk about Celsius all the time. Yeah, they're beta testing right now. XRP #1, they're beta testing the desktop versions for with a few volunteers. I think it was like 100, maybe 105 volunteers. So they're beta testing that now, but it still looks like January. At the earliest, third week in January at the earliest, but probably more so February for the desktop version. It's a great question, though. XRP #1. Let's go over this video again. I think it's powerful, and I'll make sure, Carson, that I'll leave the link for it as well. This to me is the big picture. And this guy's a macro investor, right? So for me, this is the big picture. It's going to happen in the digital asset space, an asset class that swallows up all the other assets. I'm going to go back a couple of minutes to minute 2.
Bitcoin, which it's a reserve asset with a call attached. You know, on the future financial system, we talked about opting into a parallel system. Well, one's being built. So what value is that worth? Well, that's worth a lot. So I think I can get a macro valuation. I can't for Apple. I can't get a $1 trillion company and figure out, is it worth 3 trillion? I just can't do that. And that's just probably because I'm stupid, but I just don't know how to do it. So I just stay away from it. And I put out a tweet thread today that I've now can't even use my Twitter. It's kind of overwhelmed with this thread showing Bitcoin versus every other major asset, including Amazon and Apple, right? They're all breaking down versus Bitcoin. Look, I've been in this game a long time. I've also studied history. I have never seen an entire asset consume every single other asset in the world. I mean, it's extraordinary. And I think this is just the start, right? The charts I started with is, okay, what does gold look like versus Bitcoin? Well, gold is breaking down versus Bitcoin. Then what does the NASDAQ look like? Because surely the NASDAQ must be outperforming. No, it's breaking down. What about the banks? Well, the banks, you know, we've always talked about Bitcoin's destroying the banks. Well, the banks are at all-time lows in Bitcoin price, using Bitcoin as the denominator. What about commodities? Well, if you use Bitcoin as the denominator, commodities are at all-time lows. What about Apple, Amazon, the G4 central bank balance sheets? That's been the most powerful asset in the world. No, Bitcoin's eating them all. So wow. Bitcoin is becoming the world's strongest narrative, and it's only just started. The pension system, okay, that's another beast. Again, everyone's like, they should do this. Well, until you can show it to them in Barra models. Barra is the model by which most of the pension industry builds their portfolio and risk management tools. But we're not talking that language. So it's like you shouting at me in French and me just shouting back in English louder, saying, I can't understand you. That's what's going on, because they can't do anything with this. They've got a bearer asset, they don't know how to custody, that we're not telling them how it works from a portfolio diversification or risk metrics standpoint. We'll get there, and I've already been starting to beg people who understand the barrow world to say, listen. And now who owns that pension fund asset allocation world? These consultants like Mercer. We need to get them across the line. You need to teach them about it first. Then they go to the pension fund trustees, and then the pension fund trustees approve it for the asset allocators. That's a big process. The brave go first. I mean, good on him, right? Because he was in a position that he could, and he got it. and there's a few other people around that got it. But that will spread slowly, but it will come, because I know everybody's going to hate this, but the investment banks will get into this space, and they know how to translate. They know how to speak to these other people. That's a net beneficiary to the space, even though all of us want to protect it from the investment banks, but they can't screw with it really, because it's distributed, it's not owned by them, nothing they can do with it. They can help create a derivative market around it, but that's coming anyway. There's nothing we can do to stop it, because humans want leverage for some reason.
Powerful. Humans want leverage for some reason. Well, that's not you and I, right? That's not you and I. That's not the people here in the XRP community, part of this channel, right? We understand the power of leverage, right? He said for some reason, people won't leverage. Perhaps it's human nature, right? And we talk about that all the time on this channel, right? We're moving from I firmly believe we're moving from a debt-based society to an asset-based society, right? Acquiring assets, gold, real estate, Bitcoin, digital assets like XRP, right? Acquiring assets, right? And the 1% of the 1%, they figure out a way to earn money on their money, to earn money on their assets, right? So acquiring assets is in step one. Number two, figure out a way to earn yield on your assets, whatever that is. If you own real estate, how can you get cash flow on that real estate, right? If you own gold, do you have a way to own gold? Well, on the Celsius platform, you can earn gold on your gold, right? Right? And in digital assets, are you earning yield on your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, on your XRP? This is what the 1% of the 1% do. And the last thing that they do, number three, is they don't liquidate their assets. That is quote unquote what people call cashing out. They don't liquidate their assets. They leverage their assets. In the digital asset space with platforms like the Celsius network, by far the best in my humble opinion, right? You take a collateralized debt position on the value of your assets at 25%, at 33% loan to value, at 50% loan to value, and you do it that way, right? You go out and live your life, right? And you still own your assets, right? And the great thing that I love is I could do 50% and just leave the asset on the platform earning interest. And then I could use the other 50% in a collateralized debt position for a loan, right? You got $100,000 in XRP, for example, right? You could put $50,000 of your XRP just earning interest every single week. You could take the other $55,000 in XRP as an example, okay, and do a 1% loan, a 3.95% loan, and a 7.95% loan, 25% loan to value, 33% loan to value, 50% loan to value, right? And take that cash, right, and go do some stuff, right? Take some cash and go do some stuff. You pay that back, you get that asset, right? The other thing you can do is you can take the value of 50,000 XRP, you can put it into a stable coin, and now you can take a loan on the stable coin, right? So now you don't have to worry, right, about the value, right? You don't have to quote unquote worry about the the margin calls, because it's in a stable coin, right? So if you got $50,000 in USDC on the platform, you can get a $25,000 loan, 33% loan, whatever that is, or 25% loan, whatever that is. But the point is, and then that's not taxable, right? That's a loan. There's no tax event there when you do the CDPs. No tax event when you do the CDPs, collateralized debt positions. This is what the 1% of the 1% do. They borrow against their assets. And they go out and make business moves, right? They go out and do business things, right? So just something to think about, guys. What's going on? I am free. Good to see you in the stream, right? Adoption is coming in a massive way, big time. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the biggest thing, Steve, and I agree with you. Their biggest challenge right now is they are so fast, growing so fast. They don't have enough people. right? I've you know, I've contemplated doing some work, more work for them other than an ambassador, because they just don't have enough bodies, right? I mean, you think about it, over 5 billion in assets provided to them, over 5 billion in assets, 5 billion, right? Second largest holder of digital assets, except Grayscale. Grayscale is number one. Celsius is number two in assets under management. Celsius. Just DM me on Twitter. I am free. Crypto_siege. Just message me there, bro. Let's chat for sure. Right. So, guys, that's the bigger picture, right? And I hope you guys. I put a link in for that video. I hope you would listen to that again and again and again. From Raul Paul, who's just a macro guy. We got Paul Tudor Jones. We got the Mexican billionaire putting 10% of his assets in. You got the CEO from MicroStrategy, 500 million essentially, 500 million of the company's reserves in Bitcoin. Celsius and Alex Mashinsky said 100 companies come a month to deposit their assets on the Celsius platform. 100 companies a month. This is it. This is our time, guys. This is our chance to win. It really is. These guys are coming in to buy digital assets that you and I already hold. If you hold Bitcoin, right? If you hold Bitcoin, if you hold Ethereum, if you hold XRP, right? I mean, holy cow. I didn't even get into the Shane Ellis theory. I haven't even gotten into that. I mean, what if that comes to fruition? What if that comes into fruition? Are you guys familiar with that Shane Ellis theory? Thanks for the link to the big picture. You're welcome, Carson Koch. Yeah, you got that YubiKey, huh? Yeah, absolutely. Love the YubiKey. Got one for myself. Got one for Miss Crypto Siege. Absolutely. YubiKey is crucial. Also got the next level Cobalt Vault XRP number one. Did you get one of those yet? That is the next level on the hardware wallets. Cobalt Vault. I haven't even played around with it yet. But I got it for this next thing going on because I know it's going to happen. I'm getting prepared, right? Good to see that, man. Good to see you got that YubiKey. Definitely good to see that, right? And have you guys heard of the Shane Ellis theory and how XRP could get to $500 like that with not billions of dollars being in the market? Not billions, just millions into the market. I'm going to read it to you guys, but just be prepared. It's a long read. So let me share the screen so you can see it. I don't want to feel like I'm boring you guys to death. I mean, there it is there. I mean, okay. So just to let you know, this is unedited, the famous Shane Ellis theory. All right, just to let you know. So I'm more than happy to read it to you, and maybe we have some time to discuss it. But let me make sure everybody's good. Everybody good with wanting to learn more about it? Not yet. Need to look into it. I want to hear this theory, please. Says Carson Koch. Okay. It's a massive thing. It really, the idea of how it can be done quickly, it makes perfectly good sense if you understand the market maker, market taker, exchange scenario, right? If you understand the scenario, that's part of the ecosystem for XRP. The market maker, the market taker, places like MoneyGram, maybe Azimo, maybe Siam Commercial Bank, right? When corridors light up, okay, corridors light up, they need XRP for payments in different places, okay? And then you got the market makers, you got the Ripple exchanges. I don't know what the word is called. The Ripple exclusive exchanges. I forget what they call. Where Ripple picked a certain amount of exchanges to be the ones that would be providing liquidity, if you will, like Bittrex. Bittrex is in the news right now. Bittrex is in the news right now they're doing the same thing that Sologenics is doing. They're going to be providing tokenized assets of stocks and other things, just like Sologenic. So, all right, let me share this. Auntie Val says, please. So let's get into the Shane Ellis theory. XRP to $500, unedited. Shout out to Crypto Maniac. I was watching BK earlier today, and he shared this. And I just think it's a good thing to keep in mind. We've heard about this for years now, but it does feel like, just like BK said, it really does feel like this is making more and more sense every single day. And you guys know I've said on this channel before that I am a big time believer in this theory. I really am. So I've recently posted below for Jungle Link. Hey, Jungle Link again. He was on the channel last night. And as you have also touched on this subject, then I would like you to consider these facts before stating that XRP will take extreme amount of money to reach the 589, right? Please take particular note of the section where I show on the Bitrust exchange that transacting small amounts of money can push up the price dramatically. Transacting small amounts of money can push up the price dramatically. Please do not be fooled into thinking that it will take billions of dollars to force the price of XRP to the extremes. It will not. I wanted to say thank you for making a video that does not berate others for suggesting a price of $589, as many others have. I have posted many comments explaining why, in my professional opinion, XRP can reach very high numbers dramatically faster than any other coin, which is currently on the market. As you have opened this discussion, I wanted to go through the simplification of this process so that you may hopefully share this information and thus see for yourself a confirmation, if you will, of how this will be achieved. As you know, Ripple have partnered with a number of exchanges around the world, and surely this number will grow. This network of liquidity providers, these are exchanges partnered with Ripple to provide liquidity. This network of liquidity providers will become the go-to place for buy and sell for retail market makers, not retail investors, retail market makers. As these are the exchanges that are servicing transactions for the payment flows of institution. MoneyGram, okay? MoneyGram will utilize the exchanges, the Ripple quote unquote partner exchanges, okay, as an example, okay? So this network of liquidity providers will become the go-to place for buy and sell for retail market makers, as these are the exchanges that are servicing transactions for the payment flows of institutions. The payment flows of institutions. If an exchange is not within this liquidity network, then the XRP on these exchanges will drain away. If the exchange is not within this liquidity network, then the XRP on these exchanges, like for example, I'm just going to pick an exchange, OKEX, for example, right? That's a pretty popular exchange. So find a particular partner, popular exchange that's not one of 5 or 6 exchanges, right? They say the liquidity is going to drain away as retail investors begin to move their XRP onto the platform. This will happen due to either one or two things. Number one is arbitrage. Although other exchanges will not let the price fluctuate too much so as not to miss out on the higher prices. Number two, natural migration to preferred exchanges for rapid buy-sell opportunities. Alex Mashinsky stated something, I don't know how many, maybe 4 or 5 AMAs ago. Someone asked him, well, how are you, Mr. Mashinsky, able to give us yield and be able to loan out these assets? How are you able to do it? Why don't they just, this is what he said, why don't the exchanges why don't these institutions just go to the exchanges? And Alex said, There's not enough crypto on the exchanges. They have to come to us. There's not enough crypto on the exchanges. Okay? As one can expect, no exchange will want to miss out on the potential for making money. We are servicing XRP transactions will provide a healthy income stream for the exchange. And to me, this is the 10,000% statement. The exchanges make their money on the transactions, right? No exchange will want to miss out on the potential for money making or for making money where servicing XRP transactions would provide a healthy income stream for the exchange. If you ask 10 XRP hodlers, for example, where is their XRP? It's probably not on an exchange, and it's probably not going to be on an exchange until when moon. Unfortunately, most exchanges are simply not large enough with enough capital backing for Ripple to sign them as, that's what it is called, as a preferred exchange. So I think it's 5 or 6 quote unquote preferred exchanges, and Bittrex is one of those. Now onto the method of price increase, which I believe will occur. We can guarantee that the spread on the exchange for XRP will be extremely tight. You ever notice that? We can guarantee that the spread on the exchange for XRP will be extremely tight so as to ensure near perfect entry and exit from the Ripple partner solutions. And he's going to just say that's RPPS in his future writing, right? Let me read it again. We can guarantee that the spread on the exchange for XRP will be extremely tight so as to ensure near perfect entry and exit from the Ripple Preferred Partner Solution. The Ripple Preferred Partner Solution Consortium will also be working within a framework that will ensure coordinated price movement. Anyone, let me ask you this. And I'm just picking a digital asset. Does Litecoin, number 3 and number 4, right? Does Litecoin have a preferred partner solution? Does Litecoin have a preferred exchange partnership program? Why does Ripple need a preferred partner solution? Why do they need to have preferred exchanges? It's because of the ecosystem. They realize and they understand that it's going to be a massive amount of a requirement to buy XRP and sell XRP, right? This is the thing that I think is interesting to me. The consortium, the Ripple Preferred Partner Solution Consortium, will also be working within a framework that will ensure a coordinated price movement of XRP to eliminate arbitrage trading, to eliminate the arbitrage trading from XRP fiat pairs. In other words, keep the price stable. And they're not talking XRP BTC. They're talking about XRP into fiat, which will then obviously filter into Tether, Bitcoin markets on these exchanges. Okay, that's even if they still exist at this point. Now remember, this is written ways back. Okay, that's why he's saying that. So this is, just understand that it will be a requirement that these third-party pairs will need to decouple. I mean, this is massive stuff. It will be a requirement that these third-party pairs will need to decouple from XRP so as to ensure that extreme price fluctuations in Bitcoin will never impact the price of XRP? I just ran out of one of them. It's a zinc or the ZHEH. I don't remember, right? It will be a requirement that these third-party pairs will need to decouple from XRP so as to ensure that extreme price fluctuations in Bitcoin will never impact the price of XRP. You ever notice that? How many have been in the community for a while? You ever notice how, XRP kind of gets up a few points here and a few percentage there? The next thing you know, it's right back down, kind of leveling out. You ever notice that? Regardless of the announcements, regardless of the new partnerships, regardless of the Bank of America patent slipping out, regardless of Asimo and MoneyGram going live. You ever notice that? I've been saying this on this channel for a while. It just always seems to do that. Kind of shows that they feel like they want to show that they can level the price, that they can keep it steady, that they can keep that spread as tight as possible. This kind of explains that, does it not? Even a price drop of 1 cent will have a dramatic dramatic impact on the movement of value when we are talking about millions of dollars. Now, we know that the members of the Ripple Preferred Partner Solutions have been and continue to be pre-funded with XRP so that they may service. So this is how old this is. It's got XRP in here, right? So this is unedited from back then, right? So they may service the XRP transactions. This pre-funding is necessary to guarantee transactions made by financial institutions, FIs, like MoneyGram. We can't have any of their transactions fail due to the lack of XRP liquidity. So this whole notion of selling some escrow, selling that escrow doesn't make sense to the overall XRP ecosystem. Selling the 50 billion doesn't make sense. It's there for a reason, right? These exchanges will also be reliant of the XRP provided by market makers to bolster the XRP liquidity, thus adding to the exchange total supply. Now, the exchanges will prefer at first to use the XRP from market makers to increase the price of the XRP coin. Everyone is incentivized in a higher priced XRP. Everyone is incentivized, and everyone participating, you and I, market makers and market takers, FIs, institutions, everyone is incentivized in a higher price XRP. David Schwartz said it himself. He said, in order for this to work, XRP has to be a high price, right? These exchanges will also be relying on the XRP provided by market makers to bolster the XRP liquidity, thus adding to the exchange total supply. Now, the exchanges will prefer at first to use the XRP from market makers to increase the price of the XRP coin. Why do I say this? Because it simply makes sense to use the immediately available XRP to raise the price in a dramatic fashion. This then increases the exchange's reserve pool that must serve the transaction request. But now it has been increased dramatically. And it says here, let me explain it to you. Bittrex, again, this is back when. So Bittrex order book currently shows that XRP from 27 cents to $1.49 totals $47,000 through XRP fiat pairing, which is the same channel that will be used by the Ripple Preferred Partnership Solution. Simply transacting $47,000 at this point will instantly push the price of XRP to $1.49. Anybody checking out the volumes lately on the XRP USD pair? Friday, Cryptopolis spoke to that the difference between the 2017 volume and the current market's volume. He said it's significantly different. It's in the billions. Bittrex order book currently shows from 27 cents to $25 totals 3 million. So you need 3 million kind of going through in the XRP USD pair to get to $25. Transacting $3 million at this point will instantly push the price of XRP to $25 instantly. Bittrex orders currently shows that from 27 cents to $100 totals $3,743,000. Transacting $3,743,000 at this point will instantly push the price of XRP to $100. Just $3 million. Yeah, so go chart out XRP USD, go down to the bottom, look at the volumes, check out the volume numbers. Now the price numbers get much higher than this if you take a look for yourself. But it makes sense to use these orders to push up the price in a dramatic fashion as to provide a stable pool of XRP liquidity to service further institution and FX transfer. This is the goal. This is what's so important to understand. This is an incentive, the ecosystem, if you will, for XRP is the model is heavily incentivized by a high price for everyone involved. And I think that's what most people, it's hard for the retail investor to grab the model. Remember, Ripple and XRP is used in the payments space, And if we get one or two entities competing in a corridor, they are going to want to always have as much XRP as humanly possible and as soon as possible. Now the price numbers get much higher than this if you take a look for yourself, but it makes sense to use these orders to push the price up in a dramatic fashion so as to provide a stable pool of XRP liquidity. Why are they doing this? Again, the answer is to provide a stable pool of XRP liquidity to service further institution and FX transfer. That's kind of the why to this whole thing. The exchange at this point can then create a large buy-sell walls at either side in the magnitude of tens of millions of XRP from their very own supply to ensure price stability. By performing this simple maneuver, the exchange cannot be accused of XRP price manipulation, as the retail orders were filled first, and then the exchange stepped in to service the rest of the transactions. What does that mean? What do you think XRP and retail hodlers are going to be doing at $10? What do you think retail hodlers are going to be doing at $25? My land. What do you think the retail investor, not the retail market makers, what do you think the retail investors are going to be doing at $100? And then the exchanges come in with that liquidity pool to keep the price stable. Wow. Wow. I mentioned the phrase "at this point" due to the fact that no retail investor knows it's already live, right? Ms. XRP, right? So it's live in some places already. It's going to go live. So this can be, this in fact can happen anytime, and Ripple needs to needs it to remain this way. But by ensuring this, they can guarantee a one-time rapid price increase that professional investors will also be glad of. Because a lot of people still keep thinking that how their orders are going to get filled at $50 and $100 and $500. This is explaining how it's going to get filled. The orders, our orders, right? Because that's what we're most concerned with. We want to make sure our orders get filled. Well, Ripples wants to make sure that the FIs and the FXs in this system are getting filled. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because those numbers are significantly bigger and more important to the overall ecosystem, not ours. Not ours. And it doesn't matter how much XRP you're going to get rid of at $100. It doesn't matter. It's there to serve a bigger picture. You and I were not meant to hold XRP. It's there to serve a bigger picture. It's there to serve the trillions per day in the FX and derivatives market per day. That's what it's meant to serve, not you and I going out of XRP into a USD pair. That's pennies. I know a lot of people think it's a lot, but it just isn't a lot. Our money is just not a lot. A lot of people think it is. And I'm trying to tell you, when you're doing trillions of dollars a day, and when you think of, barely 1% of XRP wallets have 100,000 XRP in it. Think about it. So that means 90-something% have less than that. Doesn't matter if it's $100 or $1,000. It doesn't compare to trillions a day. It just doesn't, right? So let me read. By ensuring this, they can guarantee a one-time rapid price increase that professional investors will also be glad of. They will want to ensure, in fact, guarantee. They will want to ensure, in fact, guarantee that market makers are then priced out of the market. And those who are intelligent enough to have already purchased will be flocking to sell their XRP in an instant. What do you think is going to happen to XRP at $10? What do you think is going to happen to XRP at $25? Do you know how long people have been waiting for an XRP just to get back to its all-time high? Over 900 days. What do you think people are going to do at $10? Now, they may not completely go out, but they're going to cash in some of that money, right? They will need to sell at a lower rate to ensure the sell of their coins as placing them in a pool. They will need to sell at a lower rate to ensure the sell of their coins, as placing them in a pool of tens of millions of XRP will not fill their order immediately. Let's talk about the market makers. From what I understand there. I'm going to stop right there, get you guys' comments. Hopefully you guys are still in the stream. But do you see what I'm saying there? You're welcome, Steve. That is powerful. At the same time, that's right. At the same time, XRP is being burnt from the transactions, right? Now you have a better idea, Chrissy. Right? Now you have a better idea. Let me go on to the last part and I'm gonna let you guys go. But I just think, wow. I know this seems such a simple process to be believable, but make no mistake, this is what will happen. And it will be happening all over the world on the Ripple Preferred Partner solution at the same time as all XRP liquidity providers will begin tight alignment regards to XRP price. NB, I wanted to add the figure for you, which is an easy to understand number that will guarantee a price of 500 per XRP.
Let's go.
This is on a single exchange, granted, but when XRP goes live, and it will without the knowledge of retail investors, the production quarters will begin to flow simultaneously. This will happen and the price will increase. In perfect synchronicity on all Ripple preferred exchanges all over the world. So Bitch's order currently shows 27 cents to $500, totals 39. And again, this was written back then, so the current price is not 27 cents, obviously, is $39,544,000. Transacting $39 million at this point will instantly push the price of XRP to $500. Now, let me be clear. $39,500,000 is all that it would take to push this price up on the USD XRP market. And I encourage you, if you know how to read the chart, go to the XRP USD charts and read the numbers of the volume currently. All other markets, BTC XRP, ETH XRP, USD XRP on this exchange will rise in tandem as to coincide with this price. It will not take billions of dollars to push up this price. You can see this now. You have mentioned that you have been in the market for some time now, and you must know that there are small and large jumps in between the sell orders. It is the sell orders that will bring up the price. Again, got to get 900 plus days in the bear market. When we start getting to these all-time highs and we start getting to that $10, I suspect there's going to be a lot of people selling, trying to get their initial money back, trying to live their life, trying to, right? 3 years. It is the sell orders that bring up the price. No one can buy if there is no sell order. Hope this helps. Wow. Pretty powerful stuff right there. Pretty powerful stuff right there. All right, guys, listen, you're welcome, Chrissy. You are absolutely welcome. Richard Carr says, that's insane. 10,000 easy, right? So the key, I think, is that that quote unquote one time and that quote unquote instant. That is the key. You know how we've been saying on this channel and other channels, right? But we've definitely been saying on this channel about we were not supposed to hold XRP. We're not supposed to have it. Well, what's the solution? How do they get it out of our hands? And we've talked about price sets, and we've talked about they're going to do something like they did with gold, right? And say, yeah, this XRP and this XRP ledger is deemed a public good. And yeah, we don't really need, we really can't have the retail investors holding on to it. Remember that? Remember that? Remember that? We talked about that, right? This is a good, look, I'm curious to know the brave person. Now, I get it if you've been in this space, you've been an XRP holder for 9 months or less. I get it. I get that, right? You're not included in this thing. But I challenge the XRP hodler to see an XRP price of $500 and not be 90+% into USD or into stable coins, preferably into stable coins, right? That's what we're doing, right? Now I get it, right? From 30 cents 9 months ago, 30 cents to $500. I challenge someone to not be out of their portfolio 90 to 95%, if not more, at $500. $500? $500. Let me do the math on that for a second. Someone's blessed enough to have 10,000 XRP. That's $5 million. That's $5 million. Again, for the people that have been in 9 months or less, I get it. Maybe you don't have enough XRP yet. I get it. If you sell all 10,000, that's $5 million. Life changing. Maybe not 90%. Maybe people will go 50% of their XRP. So 5,000 times 5 million. 5,000 times 500. 2.5 million. You still got 50% of your XRP. You're a millionaire and you still got 50% of your XRP. Sell orders. My point to saying all of this, Richard and Christy, that are still hanging out, right? Those of you still hanging out, is the sell orders will be there. Never forget that you and I, the retail investor, we were not meant to hold XRP. So this instant thing that could occur, what if you get a chance now, you got 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 XRP. You got a chance. Let me do this. 2,000 XRP. You have a chance to get $1 million. $1 million. How much money did you invest to get your 2,000 XRP? You think about that? You think about the money that you invested to get to 2,000 XRP. And $1 million is now staring you in the face. $1 million. How much you making at your job? How many years does that buy you? At $1 million. This is what I'm just saying. Oh, definitely. Right. Carson Cook, I can't tell you if you should or shouldn't. I just tell you that's why I have my XRP. That's why I have my XRP. I love the idea of thinking about $100 XRP, not even 500, $100 XRP, and I'm getting tons every week. I'm not having to buy it. Tons every week. So you have to kind of make your own decision, right? Right? For free. I'm getting tons every week just for holding my assets on that platform. So in any case, so that's just got some food for thoughts, guys. The sell orders are going to be there without question. They're going to be there. And I definitely encourage you to, go to medium.com and look up that Shane Ellis thing. See if it makes sense to you. Maybe you know someone in the space. The title is Shane Ellis Theory, XRP to 500 unedited, right? So you go to medium.com, you search that title, and hopefully it's the one from Crypto Maniac 101. 101. And read it for yourself. Maybe you know someone who's in that space, maybe a trader, a professional trader, or something along those lines, who might understand that whole overall ecosystem of a market maker and a market taker and financial institutions, and see if it makes sense to them. See if it makes sense to them. Then maybe they can clear it up for you as well. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for hanging out. Never, ever forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.